to D&D on the Farm RPG. As always, I'm the host, or the Dungeon Master Belligan, and we've got our full crew who you should know here already. So I'm just going to tell everyone to say hi on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Hi.
Hi.
You guys are so much better at following directions than I would be. I'd be like, wait, what are we doing? What's the count?
On 3, after 3?
That's why I'm in
Before
charge,
3.
because I can't follow directions. All right, we pick up our story tonight in the town of Redbrook. You'd gotten news from Kakusho, who made his way back, who has the absolute crap beat out of him, that the dragon was able to, Zlata was able to get away towards Ember Lagoon. He knows where to go, or she. Did we say it was a he or she? I think we said she. To find the gate to get back to where its kobolds are, but opening it's another story. You guys know that there's going to be something involved with a moonstone to make that happen. Dragon may or may not figure that out. But more importantly, he told you. Well, secondly, Rick got his shield back. His men kind of beat him up and took it from him as they were escaping. But he told you there's a terrible monster in Lake Tempest that's just kind of destroying everything. And you've been hearing rumors about it as well, as they started to leak in from other people that the entire docks and everything had just been absolutely destroyed by some sea monster in Lake Tempest. You let Kakusho rest the night, and then he did his job and headed back to the jail to swap places with Carl. Kind of wanted to call him Carlos, but it's still Carl.
Incarcerated. Maybe that's
He's
his prison name. He changed his name
Maybe he changed his name. Yeah,
to sound tougher than just
tougher.
Carl.
It's Carlos now, not Carl. Yeah. The slammer will change you, as you found out, even if it's a short-term deal. Yeah. So the morning comes. Kakusho heads off, and you're starting to get mail showing up, and they're all letters of people saying, "Hey, there's a new monster. You guys took care of the ones that was at the small spring that was blocking up the lake." Was it Small Spring? It was somewhere along the lake.
I
Yeah.
think it was Lake Tempest.
Well, Lake Tempest is where the Kraken is.
No,
So
it was
before
near
you
the
guys
forest
met up,
pond. It was like
it was near the
down
forest
there.
pond. Yeah. Down but Whispering Creek, I think, is where it was at, is what was backed up. There was like a giant lobster.
Wherever you can get a bunch of bottles in the actual game, that's where it was.
That's where it was. Yeah, I think it was at Whispering Creek. Is my memory now. It was backed up. Anyway, unless the label's new, because it wasn't there with the first iteration of the map. That's the creek. Yeah, you're starting to get like a dozen letters, and you've even got one from the dock authority at Lake Tempest saying, please help. The monsters destroyed the docks. No one can leave. We know you had a run-in with one of our authorities recently. If you can take care of this, all will be forgiven, that kind of a thing. And that's what you guys are hearing. Other than that, it's very freshly into the reign of Chloe as mayor of the town. So far, things have seemed to be going well. People are in a good mood, and you're not sure where Rick is. He kind of disappeared after the election.
Great.
Now, I have a question. Shouldn't Kakusho be out of jail since Rick got his shield back?
Well, he's got to kind of deal with that, I think. If he goes and says, "Hey, he has a shield."
Yeah, he can go make that claim. Rick got his shield back. I retrieved it. I shouldn't be in jail anymore. He can make that claim.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, they can clear that with Brain Nada and with Chloe. Get that sorted out.
All right. So we decided we're not messing with the Kraken at this current time.
Not yet.
Maybe in another level or two. To Ember Lagoon.
Okay. You guys decide to bravely run away. That's perfectly acceptable in some circumstances.
Sir Robin. Brave Sir Robin.
It's not every day you get to fight godlike creatures, but
So we need a moonstone to get in. That's what it is.
Not to get into like to Ember Lagoon, but to open a portal to get down to the tunnels where the kobolds are at.
Would any of us know where to obtain said thing?
You'd never heard of one before, unless someone can pass a history check of a DC 20.
Is this
Why not?
about? Is this about? Is it a magical
No.
item?
I think it
It's not a
was gonna
magical item
sounds magical.
because I have that.
I think I got a DC. I think I hit a 20.
It's not
Oh
technological.
no, that was my second one.
Is it magical?
It's not magical in and of itself, no. It's not an alchemical object or a technical object. It's just a rare type of a stone.
Oh, okay.
But having said that, you do know it's not magical, it's not alchemical or technological.
So I know that. It's a
You know that.
rock. It's just a rock.
It's some kind of a rock that you're not familiar with. Yeah.
Cecil probably knows. He likes rocks.
He might.
Or monkey door.
Monkey Door's in
Monkey
jail.
Door's in jail.
Easy to find him.
I guess he's trapped in one place. I
Oh,
say
he
we
likes
just
rocks, doesn't he?
we can ask Cecil. I say we just go. We've spent a
Okay.
lot of time in town recently,
Yeah. Okay.
so may as well just
Do
go
we
try our luck.
as we're traveling, can I try and work on tinkering a device that detects cool rocks? Not necessarily that one in particular, but like abnormalities in stone.
What would that look like? It would look like, what do they call it? A dowsing rod, but for rocks?
A dowsing rock.
Can it also detect like just cool ones? Like they have a little blemish on them and it's kind of neat.
I just get the feeling that if Ashley made that, it would kind of point at every rock that you walk by.
They're all pretty cool.
One reason. They're all pretty special if you know how to spin it.
Every rock is cool in its own way.
And unfortunately, in real life, I have two children that feel that way. my oldest, he'd come home with money from school. Like, where'd you get this? Like, I was just selling rocks I found. I just convinced kids that they were cool and they'd buy them. He thought they were cool. So he wasn't lying. He just
Selling cool rocks.
overvalued every random rock.
That's a great grift.
Yes, he likes to find geodes now. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can work on some. It'll point out cool rocks. I'm happy to let you do that.
Yeah. Cool, abnormal, whatever tinkering. Yeah, just in my spare time. Not done quickly.
It'll probably, there'll be some cost associated with it and it'll take some time, just like kind of like crafting a magical item would be. So
Okay.
it'll probably take you like a week to get it down.
Okay.
As you work on it between whatever else you're doing.
Okay.
I'm not going to worry too much about
cool
the
rocks.
not going to worry too much about the expense. You guys have your slush fund, your stipend.
To Ember.
We're going to Ember. Or we're going to talk to Cecil.
I think we were just gonna wing it.
Yeah, I think we know just wing it.
Just going to wing it. Okay. So you are going to make the trek to Ember Lagoon. Along the way, Ashley is working on this cool device to find interesting rocks. And it takes you guys a while to get down there. You kind of know most of the way. You kind of get down towards where the Juneland Desert is, and you know you're not going through the sands, but you kind of hug the coast edge around there up until you start to see off where Ember Lagoon's going to be. There's a pretty jagged mountain range that you see, and every day you get a little bit closer to it. And you realize that it's going to be a little bit tricky to kind of get through these mountains to get over to Ember Lagoon's actually at. There's not a clear cut pass that you're aware of to kind of get through.
Okay. So we have to go up and over a mountain.
Up and over, under, through, around, somehow. Yeah.
Are there any not climbing paths that are visible for my little
Not that you
leg?
could see from your little legs. It doesn't mean there aren't any.
Can I do would that be perception or investigation?
Probably, I would think survival. Since you don't have like another wilderness check.
It's a 19.
19. Okay. Yeah, you're scouting around and you do see what looks like you've got to go further south, and it's going to take you through some sinking swamp lands where you've kind of just been hugging the coast to avoid going through swamps. You do see a place where it looks like there could be a valley that's maybe a little bit lower that might provide a way to get through that's not going to require some kind of like rock climbing gear or some other way to fly over this mountain range.
I alert the group. Hey, look at that.
All right. Let's make our way kind of in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashley's treading very carefully.
Yeah, getting through this swamp is not going to be trivial. It'll be easier than climbing over the mountains, but there are some dangers in the swamp that you're aware of. And to kind of get to the point where you can see, it's probably about a day's travel to get down there. And in the swamp, you got to be careful because there are places where you do just sink in, kind of like quicksand. You have to watch out for. There might be some also predators in the area that could be looking out for tasty snacks and things like that. So I'll just ask, what's going to be the general plan to kind of traverse this terrain?
I think as the tallest, I should be in the front and just kind of like looking around in front of us.
That way we can see you when you slowly sink into the mud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I'm like
He's at
close
eye
enough as
level.
the rest of you. Yeah. Once we're at eye level, we know there's problems.
Ashley
works.
can go second and just, very gently tiptoeing.
Okay.
I feel like
All
Spectre
right.
should take the rear of this marching order of sorts and walk very, very. She walks up very lightly anyway. She's a light little tiny bunny rabbit. So
All right. Sounds good. Elf,
am
does
wearing
Sprinkle
a
have anything
full
else to
suit.
offer?
No, I'm happy going third. I'm happy being in the middle of the pack, but closer
Me
to the back
too.
if something
Middle of
bad
the pack.
happens.
I am wearing a full suit of chain armor that's kind of like clanking around. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get through here stealthily at all.
Doesn't
Oh, it's
Augie
not-
also jingle?
Yeah, I
True.
Yeah.
had at least a minor jingle, but
We're not a quiet group.
um
I mean, it's the kind of thing like when you're hiking in the woods. You try to be quiet to scare the animals, or you're clapping and saying, hey, bear, to let everything know you're there.
yeah. I don't know.
probably smart to let if they're bears, we definitely want to let them know. But if it's not bears and it's like something that's going to be sneaking up on us, it's a little different. But I guess we'll figure that out when we find it.
All right. So we got Captain Boardwalk in the front and everybody else trying to be in the middle is what I gathered.
Yeah.
Spectre will be happily in the rear. That's fine with her. She doesn't mind. Keeping an eye out on the back end.
Let's do this. Let's get a group survival check and see how this goes.
14.
14 from Astley.
I got
An 8 from
8.
Spectre, 16 from
17.
Captain Boardwalk, and Sprinkle from 17. All right.
On the
Okay.
vine.
Spectre, the biggest thing you notice as you're walking through is there's lots of vegetation that you're not familiar with, but it looks like it could be kind of tasty.
All right.
Just new and different.
Cool. Can I like pick some and maybe bring it back with me?
Yeah, you can get a bag and try some tasty sprouts and things. Might make a good salad.
Sweet.
May not.
Can I have one?
Oh yeah, I'll make you a salad.
Thank you.
I get enough so I can make everybody a nice salad lunch. Once I determine whether or not it's poison.
With an 8, it's probably fine.
Hopefully.
We don't really
Yeah.
have a spot to sit and eat though at this moment.
Yep. As you're walking by, Captain Boardwalk and Astley kind of together, you spot a couple places where you see the vegetation is cleared out and the ground looks kind of sandy. And it doesn't take too much effort to kind of toss something out or figure out that those are kind of areas of quicksand that you don't want to go in because you will sink fast in those and bad things would happen. And luckily, you're able to kind of avoid those. Sprinkle, from your vantage point, you see some wildlife that the others haven't seemed to have spotted. You notice there's a gigantic snake like overhead in some of the trees, not too far off from you guys. But you just get the sense that something's following you. You don't quite see it so much as you can feel it, and you just kind of like out of the edge of your field of vision, you see things move here and there. But when you turn your head, it seems like it's just kind of disappeared into the swampy landscape around you. But you definitely get the sense that something's following you.
Spooky.
And that's pretty much how it goes. This going is kind of slow, and you get to the point where you're gonna have to make camp for the night.
That's
Knowing
easy.
what you know. Yep.
Ashley's tiny hut.
Yep.
Oh, we can sit and eat our salads.
We can sit in the tiny hut.
Yes, and have just plain dry salads. Just how Spectre likes her salads. No dressing.
No dressing.
Just plain vegetables, raw.
Right. So knowing there's potentially some danger about, and Sprinkle, I'm assuming you kind of tell everyone, hey, I think something's following us. Unless you don't
Yeah.
want to. If you want to keep it yourself, that's fine.
No, I'll tell them. I don't want to deal with that alone.
All right. Astley conjures a tiny hut, and remind me, is this like a hole? There's like a rope that climbs up to, or how does that work?
My tiny hut.
Yep.
Well, I don't think I've casted it before.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna be the first time.
This is the first time for Ashley's tiny hut. I do love this spell. Leomund's tiny hut is a great spell. Love it.
This iteration
Very silly.
This iteration will be the pizzeria from Club Penguin. Like
Oh,
a small
perfect.
with that music playing very lightly in the background.
I wish I was young enough to
I
understand.
want to play the
that
mini
reference.
games so bad.
I could make it the log cabin with
My
Mancala
kids played
upstairs.
I love
Club
Bangkok.
Penguin a little bit, and so I'm kind of familiar with it, but I do not remember the pizzeria or the music.
I don't remember. I didn't ever play a second of Club Penguin because I am.
Oh,
You
that
know.
should be next session. Is we just all play Club Penguin.
All right, I'm down. I'm down to learn.
So, reading the spell description for Astley's tiny hut: a 10-foot radius, immobile dome in the shape of a pizzeria. A force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave its area. So, you're stuck in this 10-foot duration. So, hopefully, there's a latrine inside the pizzeria.
Yeah.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. The spell fails if its area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast a spell, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the door, or magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry and smells like pizza. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside or any color of your choice, but it's transparent from the inside. All right. So you've got a fairly safe place to sleep inside this pizzeria and get your nice salads. Sprinkle, you do see some movement kind of around the area, and you start to see what you couldn't quite see before in the form of what looks like a very large humanoid. It's about 9 feet tall. It looks pretty ugly. I don't know that you've ever seen one of these before, but I know for a fact that Astley and Spectre have seen one of these creatures before, and they can tell you a little bit about it because they had to deal with one when they were on the Sand Rose when they stole it back.
Yeah, I'll kind of like start slowing down with walking and like tapping Spectre behind me, like trying to gesture like so that she'll notice it as well.
So you guys see this while you're in the hut, and you identify 3 of these creatures known as trolls that are they're trying to find where you guys are at. Apparently, they've been tracking you guys through the swamps, and only Sprinkle noticed them. They can't see where you're at inside the hut, and they can't enter it, but they kind of know the area where you guys have stopped, and they're just kind of circling it.
Can we tell how many, or
There's 3 of them.
Sorry.
Would Ashley know? Do trolls speak a language, like their own language?
They do speak a language. Yep.
Okay. So they understand
in common
at least
with
one language.
Yeah, they speak giant. So
who wants to talk to these guys? See what's up.
I think they just want to eat us. Honestly, do we need to talk to them? Do we need to know? We need to confirm that they want to eat us, or
you might be bad at communication.
I mean, because I can cast tongues on whomsoever, but I probably have the highest charisma.
Have you guys interacted with different trolls, or what was your experience with them?
We interacted with one, and I mean, I got him pretty hype, but then
we kind of like threw him off a boat, didn't we?
I didn't want to.
Yeah, maybe it's his family, and we threw him off a boat. I don't know.
Maybe you could apologize.
Oh, maybe yes, I think they'll listen to that.
But what if they don't even know? What if they just do they look different? Do they look like swamp trolls versus?
Do they look like they know him?
They look exactly the same. They could be like clones, for all you can tell.
We are not troll experts.
No.
Okay. I don't know if we should talk to them. I mean, how long does this hut last?
8 hours.
Oh boy. Well, let's we could try to get some sleep before and see what happens and see if they still hang around.
Yeah, maybe I'll set a little alarm for 6 hours.
Yeah, just go to sleep. Hopefully this problem solves itself.
I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, Ashley also is not eating my salad.
Maybe the crack
that's a tomorrow problem.
Get them.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you guys, you get a full rest in. You're feeling nice in the morning, and you've got maybe 30 minutes left till the spell goes. And these trolls are still just kind of circling around the area. They're all within probably about a dozen yards, just kind of circling around trying to find you guys. It seems like they've been doing this all night long.
Would they like
at least we got a full night's sleep, and they didn't.
Would they like some dry vegetables?
We could try and feed them.
I don't know if trolls are like the vegetarian type. We could try.
It has the same crunch as our bones.
I think it's a little bit floppier than that.
Do we have any really rancid lobster rolls left?
Probably. Probably like an extremely rancid lobster roll.
At this point, probably not. I think they're probably gone at this point. Raccoons in the middle of the night have stolen whatever was left at some point.
All right, well, we probably have to deal with these guys.
I mean, I could always use my little spelly spell.
I mean, we haven't had a fight in a minute.
We fought those velociraptors.
A little bit.
The problem is Astley can't leave this dome that's keeping us safe, or the dome goes away.
I'm okay chilling here. I'll wait here.
And you can't cast spells on the other side of the dome.
That's
or it
fine.
goes away.
Do any of you want tongues to try and talk with them, or no? Or even you could even understand them.
What's their demeanor? Do they look like they would be willing to talk?
Well, they're trolls.
Yeah, but
It's hard to tell. You're not familiar with them enough to know would
Are
they
they,
talk. I mean, they don't seem like mindless beasts per se. They have some intelligence. They're probably stupid,
Are they-
comparatively, but
grumbling amongst each other in a certain type of tone? Like, is it an angry or is it like, is it a hopeful grumble or?
let's get an insight check.
any of them touching their bellies? They look hungry.
Can I also?
Are they salivating?
Can I assist with that insight check?
13.
Sure.
10. I didn't help.
Holy crap! This is one of the few times that somebody's rolled higher.
Than Augie, I know. Wow.
Wow.
It was still bad.
You have a +6 to insight.
I know. Yeah.
All right. Sprinkle, you don't understand the words, what they're saying, but you get the gist of like when kids are looking for hidden candy and they're talking to each other and they're like in a competition to see who can find the most. That's kind of
good.
That's kind of the gist of what you get.
Okay. So more out of like hunger and mischievous than out of malice and bloodlust. Well,
I mean, bloodlust, they want to eat us.
yeah.
They're just.
I mean,
hungry.
they might want to play with you and pull your arms off and see what's on the inside first, that kind of thing. But
Fun. These seem like good guys. Well, I think we should just go out there. Let's go guns blazing, guy.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll go for it.
You can take down this hut and come out.
I'll wait.
We got
I'll wait
30
a few
minutes on this hut.
I'll wait a
We
few
could
minutes.
jump in and out of the hut. Just constantly.
That's true.
Because we can come back in, right?
yeah, I mean, you could hop out, cast another one, hop in it, wait another 8 hours.
Well,
rinse and repeat.
as long as I stay in the hut.
But the hut doesn't move; it stays in one spot, right? So if you're gonna, you could. I mean, you
wait a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you could wait a few minutes, run, make a break for it, hop in a new one. You could do something like that.
I always am, anyways.
Well, Spectre's just gonna walk out.
Yeah, I'll head out as well.
I guess I'll come out too.
Might as well.
She's gonna be like, I heard you guys were hungry.
Internet just went out.
All right, you step out, and they're kind of
hello.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of spread out. They're all on different sides of you, and the one that's more kind of back in the direction you came from. Apparently, Augie's not hearing us.
We lost Augie.
Yeah,
I thought she was being the trolls at first, just saying.
Augie
Hello.
is. That was the trolls in Augie's voice saying hello, hello.
She should notice us walk out.
She's still in the hut. Yeah, she's still in the hut.
All right. Yeah, I was like, oh, my internet went down.
Oh boy.
Okay. So the way he describes exactly what happens. Ashley's still in the hut. The three of you step out. And
do they immediately attack
silent hut?
We can hear you. Can you hear us, Augie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were saying Ashley's still in the hut. Everybody else steps out. And Ashley's kind of oblivious to what's going on because she can't hear everybody else. And one of the trolls, the one that's more towards the north, the direction you guys kind of came from, kind of points and he yells at the others. And they kind of hoop and holler like they're excited. And they start running towards you guys. And they're about like 30 feet off in different directions.
Okay.
What's they look aggressive? Like, would I interpret their body language as aggressive?
Yes. I mean, imagine like a pit bull foaming at the mouth, looking extremely happy that he's going to get to tear your leg off. That's
So they're not running for like a nice hug
think-
and spin and.
they're having a great time. They're enjoying themselves. It just
I think
it'll
I
be
might-
pleasurable for you.
I think I might draw my sword.
Okay.
I think. Actually, no. I think I want to pull out my crossbow because they're 30 feet away. I'm gonna take a shot at one of them, see if that
All right.
stops them in their tracks.
Are you going to make a break for it, or are you just going to hold your ground? So you have they're kind of spread out to where you have a clear path between two of them to move towards the mountain range if you'd like to make a break for it.
Maybe I'll take a shot, and if I miss, I'll run away.
Okay, let's go ahead then, and we'll get an initiative roll from everybody and see how this plays out.
That's not good. I got a 7.
Me too.
Oh
Twinsies.
boy.
All right, so on a 7,
I
we've
won.
got
I got a
Boardwalk
14.
and
Are you out of the
Ashley.
hut?
No.
That's what she
Inside
goes
the hut,
last.
we got Ashley. Sprinkle is at a 21.
Maybe on her turn she'll come out of the hut.
Mhm.
Maybe. Time will tell.
Who knows? Or maybe we'll have a complete TPK with the exception of Ashley, and we'll be rolling new characters next time. We'll see.
Don't worry, I have
Let
some
me roll really
ideas.
quick here for the trolls.
Spectre had a good run.
Okay, everybody's going to go for the trolls. I rolled a 1. With their bonus makes it a 2. So that means, Sprinkle, you get to go first. You see everybody, kind of the situation, you know what's going on. These trolls are going to start chasing towards you guys. They look like uncontrollable, wild, ravenous dogs is the best comparison.
I'm gonna toss a sacred flame at are they coming at us? I know they're coming from all directions, but one was closer, wasn't it? Or
They're
targeting
kind of
faster?
equidistant, spread around you guys,
Okay.
kind of spread out from each other, like points of a triangle. And you guys are kind of in the middle.
All right. Had you taken aim at one yet, Captain Boardwalk? No. Okay. I'll just aim
He's
at.
going to. We're just.
I don't know. I'll aim at one of them. Whichever one I guess is straight ahead. If I were to look straight ahead at one, and shoot a sacred flame at him.
Okay, straight ahead. I have no idea which way you're pointing, but
just one of them. I don't know. I don't know.
The one we're going to refer to as number 1 from now.
Oh yeah,
on.
yep.
all right. Number 1 is the one to the south of you guys.
Okay.
He's kind of the closest to being in the way if you wanted to run towards the mountains. Number 2 is the one that was pointing at you guys, who is north of you, kind of the direction you came from. And number 3 is going to be the one that is to the west of you guys on the opposite side of the mountain range. So he's kind of the one you'd be running directly away from if you were going to run towards the mountains.
Okay. Yeah, then the south one.
All right. Number 1.
Yeah.
He needs to make let's see,
Dex 14.
Dex 14. All right, we're going to make a dexterity save for the troll here. Roll 1d20 plus 1. That is, look at me. That's an 18.
Wow.
Nah, you fudged
There's my
it.
good roll for the night.
Darn.
He kind of
Yeah,
sees a
nothing.
spout of flames and jumps out of the way.
Darn. Lucky little
Are
guy.
you going to hold your position? Are you going to run, or
I'll take a step back.
towards the hut?
Yeah. Just not
Okay.
quite in it yet.
All right, you kind of step back, getting ready to jump back in the hut if you need to. Okay, that will bring us to Ashley. You can see everything going on. You're just chilling in the hut, and you know that the trolls cannot see you.
So if I cast a spell on myself and I leave the hut, that spell will be negated. Is that correct?
I believe what will happen is that the hut will disappear if you step out of its range.
But if I cast a spell on myself while I'm in the hut and then I step out of, when I leave the hut, I know the hut will disappear, but will the spell still be active?
If it's like if you were casting like an attack spell that was going through the walls, then no. But I think if you cast a spell on yourself,
Great.
when you pass through, the hut will disappear, but the spell will still be in effect. That's going to be my ruling.
Okay. So, like, if I cast tongues on myself and yelled out the door, would that work?
Yeah, I kind of get the impression that the intent of the spell is to make sure you can't just like buff yourself with a bunch of spells while you're protected and hop out, but I don't care. I'll let you do it.
Okay. I'm gonna cast tongues on myself and I'm gonna shout out the door at them. Um Shout at them like, what do you think you're doing? In like a disappointed dad tone.
Okay. Are you trying to intimidate them or?
Um Maybe. I'm trying to make them feel disappointed.
Okay, let's get an intimidation roll on that.
So 14.
14. Okay.
The double 14.
Yep.
Mario
All
Kart
right.
rules. Or Mario Party rules, excuse me.
Exploding dice. Unfortunately, no. But okay, yeah, you kind of yell out, "What do you think you're doing?" And you hear one of them yelling back, "I bet that one's tasty."
You bet wrong.
All right. They can hear you, but they don't seem to care at the moment.
Okay. How far away is this little getaway location?
What do you mean?
The path forward, I guess.
It's a good ways off to get to the mountains. I mean, it'd probably be like 15, 20 minutes if you're just sprinting there to make it to it. So maybe about a mile.
Oh boy. Okay. I'm gonna poke my head back in the door and just chill for a minute.
All right. Scolding didn't work so well. That brings us to Captain Boardwalk and Astley, who both kind of go at the same time. The tiebreaker would be who's got the higher deck score.
But I just went.
I think he means me.
I mean, Spectre.
But
I had
wait,
written
did we
down.
get a step?
Spectre got skipped.
Spectre got
I think.
skipped. My Wi-Fi cut
Hold
out
on a
again,
second.
so
I wrote my notes wrong. What did Spectre have? Spectre had a 14.
14.
So I did Spectre and Astley wrong on my notes.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay. Next round, we will be in the correct order. Let's go ahead and let Spectre go.
Okay. So Spectre is going to aim at the one that pointed at us with her short bow.
Okay.
And she's gonna just shoot at him.
Okay.
So that's a 16.
16. 16 hits.
Sweet. So that's I think it already rolled the damage. It's 10 piercing damage, but did it do my plus in? Hang on. I have no idea. Yes, it did. Okay. So it's 10 piercing damage.
Okay. Yeah, Daryl sticks into it. You hear it kind of scream. Probably
did it stick into his finger that was pointing?
stuck in his gut.
Can I do my offhand with I have 2 short bows, I guess. I think why can't I
no.
mean, is a short bow
sword
not
you can do that with.
okay?
Like if you had hand crossbows, there's kind of a way to do it. There's some feats that make it so you can even load both, but with a bow that takes 2 hands. So
All right, that works.
Different story. Okay, and then you're gonna hold your position where you're at, kind of around the hut, or
yeah, I'm gonna hang out right by the hut. I will, I have some thiefy movements that I can use if you decide to come up to me. So I think I'll be okay.
all right, Captain Boardwalk, you're up finally.
I am going to take a shot at the same troll that Spectre shot at, but I'm going to use my crossbow.
Mhm.
And I got a
crit.
critical hit.
Very nice.
Which is exciting. Plus, I get to roll another
D8.
1d8.
I feel like we never have combat where we crit. We just don't have combat a lot
Roll
here.
1. A big critical 1, so it's 12 damage.
All right. That seems to be the way it is when you roll an extra dice. They always end up being like low to nothing. Okay. Yeah, this crossbow bolt sticks in right next to where Spectre's arrow hit this troll. And he screams even more in pain and frustrated. Is Captain Boardwalk going to hold his position as well? You notice that the other two kind of stayed outside the hut. Ashley kind of poked her head out and yelled and then went back in.
Yeah, I think that shot has filled me with enough confidence to stay in the fight. So I think I'm going to stay.
All right. The trolls are up. They quickly collapse on you guys. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of you out. And they move in to try and grab you guys. And we're going to start with Spectre. And he reaches out twice to try to grab you. And what I need is a athletics check to try to avoid both those. You got a 20 and an 8.
Okay. 19.
So 19 does not beat the 20 on the first roll.
Okay.
So he grabs you.
Okay.
And then while he's holding you in one hand, he tries to punch you and you kind of duck your head and miss. And he kind of dodges underneath that. And then he's going to try to bite you after that.
Oh boy. Okay.
One more attack roll here. What is Spectre's AC?
It is a 15.
All right, you're gonna get bit with a 19 to hit for. Okay, apparently 2 pluses makes it 0. If the DM makes a typo, it doesn't count, right? No, that'd be 11 points of damage. Yeah, this thing bites you for 11 points of damage.
Can I use my uncanny dodge to take
to cut that in half?
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing rogues do.
Yeah. All right. I will do that. So that's down to 6 damage.
Yes. Or I think it goes down to 5. You round down.
Okay.
Always. All right, so you get bit for 5 points of damage. Sprinkle, you see this, and same thing is going to happen to you. A troll tries to snag you. He's not as coordinated, so I need a 10 and 11 with an acrobatics. You can try athletics if you want. Your choice on that to beat those 2 rolls in that order.
You did
22 and 18.
Yeah.
All right. But you do get bit. So this troll's trying to grab you and grapple you, and you're just dodging everywhere. Then its teeth catch you for 9 points of damage.
Munch. All right.
Mr. Boardwalk, you are up.
Okay.
Same thing. Your numbers are 15 and a 20.
Glad I went back in my hut.
19.
All right. Captain
18.
Boardwalk dodges the first roll. Let's get one for the second attempt here. So that was a 15 to beat. Now we got the 20 to beat.
19.
Not quite. You get grabbed as well. And then just going to try to bite Captain Boardwalk. What's Captain Boardwalk's AC?
It is 18.
18? Okay. You manage to not get bit. You are grappled, but not bit.
Okay.
So Spectre and Sprinkle find themselves in the air. Or no, Sprinkle did not get in the air. It's Captain Boardwalk and Spectre are in the air. Sprinkle's on the ground, but Spectre and Sprinkle both have gotten bit by these trolls, and they hurt. The more obnoxious thing, the troll that had the 2 wounds from the crossbow bolt and the arrow in it, like it seems like that wound's starting to kind of close up. These things do regenerate. That's going to bring us to the top of the order to Sprinkle.
Did I get skipped over?
No, we're gonna.
They go last.
They go last, so it's now back to the top of the order.
Yeah, they have 2 on initiative.
They added 2. Yep.
Okay.
The one that's you said that Captain Boardwalk is the only one who's grappled, right?
No, I'm grappled too.
No,
Oh, you're
so
both
is,
grappled.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. Let me see. Okay. The one that's grappling, Spectre. I'll maybe use inflict wounds on.
Okay.
If it hits. 22.
All right. So you kind of swing over and touch it and hit, and that does hit, and it hurts. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You kind of slink around the one that was hitting. Trying to grapple you. You grab the foot. You might be able to touch his knee because these things are massive, like 9 feet tall, and you guys are short. You kind of slap his knee, and it's a painful touch. He howls in pain again. Not too happy about it.
Can I also do? I have spiritual weapon as a bonus action. I'll put that out. Near the one that's grappling Captain Boardwalk.
So when you cast it, you can put it wherever you want. Is it a bonus action to cast that in the first place?
I think so. It's under
yes,
bonus action. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hit though. But I'll put it
All
near
right.
him for later.
So then you can use your bonus action to make it attack, and it just kind of flows around wherever you want it to be at. What does your spiritual weapon look like?
A reindeer antler, but like sharpened.
Terrifying.
All right.
Very stabby.
The deadly antler tries to stab. Doesn't quite hit. All right. If I do this in proper order now, Spectre's up.
Okay.
You're grappled. You're about 8 feet up in the air.
No, that's all right.
Troll's hands.
Okay. So I can hit him, right? Even though I'm grappled.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna stab him with my short sword, or attempt to, anyway. Ooh, baby, that's a nat 20.
Now, it just so happens that Sprinkle is right next to this troll, which makes it eligible for a sneak attack.
Ooh. All right. I will do my sneak as well.
Which also you roll all the dice twice for when it's.
Oh boy, I love that. I'll do it again. So that's 9 and 5, so that's 14. And then I think this rolled it already for me. The 7 plus 6. So
yeah.
Let me get out a calculator because I'm
27.
stupid.
27.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, 27 damage.
The same thing you rolled.
Yeah. And also, can I do my offhand?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna also try to hit him again with that offhand. Let's see. Oh, if it decides it wants to go.
Dice are hot.
Dice are hot. That's a 21, but
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll the damage already gets rolled. So another 7 on top of that.
The 7's with the 4 on it. I think the
yeah, minus the 4. Minus the 4. So
29 damage.
Yeah, 3.
No, 31 damage.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a pretty good round.
Yeah, I would say so.
All right. Stuck in the air, but dealing some damage for sure. Yeah. He's definitely looking pretty beat up at this point. And that's going to bring us to who's going to go first, Ashley or Captain Boardwalk here?
Probably Captain Boardwalk.
Yeah,
all right.
I think I have the higher dex modifier.
Okay, yep. So you're first. You're up in the air. You do see the troll that has got Spectre is pretty beat up. the one that's holding you and the one that is on the other side of Sprinkle are both completely fresh.
Okay. If I were to use my sleep sand that I got last time, would that affect me or any of my friends? Because since we're all kind of close together.
Yeah. Sleep is like,
damage?
honestly, it's a horrible spell. It doesn't do that much, and it does do collateral damage. And I think these things probably, with the exception of the one that's pretty beat up, they all probably have more hit points than you guys.
That's a good point.
Kind of obnoxious. The one that's beat up is going to be lower than you guys. He's looking pretty hurt, but
okay. In that case, I'm still grappled, aren't I?
Yeah, which just means you can't move.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna just go for 2 scimitar attacks against the guy grappling me.
Okay.
The first one is a dirty 20.
It's good enough.
I like that
I-
better
it's
than
a-
unnatural.
I love unnatural 20s.
It's 4 damage. And then my second attack, because fighters get 2 attacks, it's crazy. 22. And that's another 6 damage. It's 10 damage total.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you land a couple good attacks, and then that's hitting you. We're going to call that one number 1.
Okay.
Number 2 is the one that's holding Spectre. Number 3 is kind of next to Sprinkle. All right. That will bring us to Astley. You see 2
All
of
of
your
that.
allies are, and you're just kind of safely sitting in your hut at the moment.
Maybe I was working on my dowsing rod.
You're like, yeah, I'll take him into work. If you can put out some damage, you got a good shot to take the one that's holding Spectre down. And you can tell he's on the verge of being out of the fight. Having said that, you also know these things regenerate. So,
how much damage? How bad does it look?
Probably more than a magic missile, but less than a fireball would do it. Having said that, you also know if you really want to keep these things from regenerating, you gotta hit them with some kind of fire or acid type attack. Otherwise,
those are the only 2.
Ever really stop? Yeah.
I don't have anything for that.
I know someone has a necklace of fireballs, but that's not you.
Nope.
It's me.
It's not me. I have 2 with popper magic missile. You said it's more than a magic missile or less than a magic missile?
More than a magic missile.
From where everybody is standing currently, can I, from my field of vision, see a good place to place a shatter without hitting my friends?
You could place a shatter where it would hit any one of the trolls and not hit anybody else, but you wouldn't be able to get 2 of them.
I'm gonna hit the hurt boy. I'm gonna hit him with a shatter.
Okay.
That's
Shatter's a con save?
Yep. Con save for 16.
Not a great stat for them to have to roll against. They have a pretty big modifier. 11. Look at that. That was a 6 plus 5, 11. So he's going to fail the save. He will take the full brunt of. I almost feel like Shatter. Shatter's kind of like the signature spell for Astley.
I love Shatter. It's a good spell. I feel like I say that every single time.
Oh, 7 points of
Those are terrible die rolls.
Yeah. Can I have a 1d12 medal, and I don't know if that would work with this.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can press your metal and make your shatter a little more oomphy.
Yeah.
That was a good call. Okay. The shatter goes. You start to see this troll bits go everywhere, but the Corvette's kind of still there. Just then you rub your lucky metal.
Does it let go of Spectre?
It doesn't have to. It explodes.
Great.
Am I covered
everywhere.
in troll bits?
Yes, and you fall to the ground.
Oh, hooray. And I go, gross. But thank you, but also gross.
And then I'm going to duck back in. Oh, wait. Is the hut
going
still
down.
there?
No, if you stepped out of it, the hut's gone now.
What if I didn't fully step out? If I just like stuck my head and my hand out?
It took a little more than that to get the shatter off.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use my movement then to move as far away from these things as I can.
All right.
Maybe
that's going to put you running towards the mountains.
Yep. Yeah. As far away as I can.
All right. We've got like 4 minutes left. I'm trying to think. Do we go one more round or do we wrap it up here? What do you guys think?
Let the trolls go, at least. Because they're at the end of the order, technically.
They are at the end of the order. All right. We're going to start with the one that's currently grappling Captain Boardwalk. He's going to try to punch him and bite him. His other hand's going to keep that grapple on. Captain Boardwalk AC is 17, did we decide?
18.
18?
Yeah.
All right. So you do get hit with a bite. It doesn't feel so great. Let me get the damage roll for the bite. That's going to be a whole 7 points of damage Captain Boardwalk takes. The one that just blew up, to your horror, you see the bits start to come back together, and he starts to get back on his feet. He's not going to be able to attack this round, but he is regenerating. And the third troll that's standing next to Sprinkle is going to try to grab Sprinkle again. So we'll just we'll do them one at a time here. So the first attempt to grapple Sprinkle is a 16.
Boy, gets me.
Sprinkle gets grabbed. Does Sprinkle get punched? Sprinkle's armor class is probably lower than 20.
It's 16.
And let's see if Sprinkle gets bit really quick. Sprinkle also gets bit.
Oh, gee.
Am I close enough to use my fighting style interception to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus 3?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay.
All right. Let me get the bite damage first.
And then he rolls a 1. Nope.
That one's 14 points of damage.
What is your...
Okay. And that's going to be reduced by 8 plus 3 is 11.
I think that's...
Okay. So
it's 3.
It's reduced by 8 from 14 points of damage. So that's
plus 3.
4, 5, 6. Oh, plus 3?
Yeah.
So 3 points of damage. Okay. And the punch is going to hit for 10 points of damage. So it ends up being 13 points of damage total that Sprinkle takes.
I'm in a rough way.
Maybe we should run.
Yeah, one of them.
2, you're up in the air at the moment.
Blown up.
I guess we'll find out next time.
Yeah.
We will find out next time. We're at the top of the hour.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Out of this one.